Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, you will see the top 5 e-signature automations. Guys, many businesses and people use e-signature tools for getting their documents like contracts, term sheets or agreements signed digitally so that they can digitally authenticate the integrity of their documents. And they use tools like DocuSign and Zoho Sign. So we have curated the top 5 e-signature automations for you to streamline and automate your e-signature related tasks. So first of all, let's see what are those top 5 automation workflows related to e-signature. So guys, here is the list, and the top on the list is this: how to send emails when Zoho Sign documents signature request expires. So you can use this automation, and whenever you send a signature request to any client or customer to get a document signed, and if the request expires, you can send an email automatically. Second one is how to add signed document details from Zoho Sign to Google Sheets. So guys, if you want to save the details of your signed documents in a spreadsheet, you can use this automation. Third one is how to send Twilio SMS messages for recalled Zoho signed documents. So guys, if someone recalls for the documents to sign again, you can use this automation to automate that task. Fourth one is how to send Slack notification for signed DocuSign documents. So this is related to team communication. If you are using Slack for that, you can use this automation to automate your communication process. Last one is how to progress a deal in HubSpot when DocuSign signed. Okay, so when someone signed your document and you want to move forward in a deal that you have created in HubSpot, you can use this automation to automate that process. And guys, this video is a complete step-by-step guide for all these automations that you can use. So stay tuned till the end of this video to learn all these automations in detail.
In this video, we are going to see how to send emails when Zoho Sign document signature requests expire. So let's say that you're using Zoho Sign to get your document signed online. And if you have sent it to your client, and suppose for some reason the client doesn't sign it and it gets expired, so a Gmail, like through your Gmail, a mail should be sent to your client telling them about the same, that this document has been expired. How can you do that? Automatically, yeah. So for this, you will have to integrate these two applications, and the same can be done using Pabbly Connect software. Here your trigger application would be Zoho Sign and your action application would be Gmail. Now how can you do this? Integrate and automate this entire process. To understand that, let me take you to my screen.
To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and as we do that, here we have reached the landing page of this software. Now on the right hand side, you can see two tabs, sign in and sign up for free. So if you are an existing user, simply sign in, and if you are a new user, then you will have to click on this tab, sign up. It won't take more than 2 minutes, and also at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks. Now since I already have an account, I'm going to click on sign in, and now we have reached the all apps page. Let's click on access now for Pabbly Connect. Here we have reached the dashboard of the application. On the right hand side, you can see a tab, create workflow. Let's click on this, and a dialog box has appeared which is asking us to name this workflow. Now here my objective is to send email to my client to whom I have shared this document which has got expired. So I'm going to name it as Zoho Sign Gmail integration. And now let's click on create. Here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One is trigger, another one is action. Triggers and action are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens, and action is do this. Basically, action here is the response of our trigger application. My trigger application here would be Zoho Sign. So I'm using Zoho Sign to get my document signed online, and the trigger event here would be my document has been expired. Then only this workflow will run. So I'm going to click on this and then click on connect. So here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Zoho Sign account. I have already logged in, so I'm just going to click on add new connection and then connect with Zoho Sign. here it is asking me for the domain name. So now I'm going to take you to my Zoho Sign account, and here you can see it is zoho.com. So basically this is what we have to paste over there. Go here and enter the domain name. And let's click on save. So as soon as we have done that, here we have to provide the authorization. So let's click on accept. Once done, the authorization has been successful. Now I'm going to click on this save and send test request. And here you can see that it is waiting for a response, which means that now we have to do a test submission in the application so that it can capture the response over here. So now I'm going to take you to my Zoho Sign account. So here let's click on send for signatures. We have to upload a file from a computer. So let's click on this. Let's say the file is Invoice Neeraj. Let's open this. So once done, here we have to provide an email address of the recipient. So let's say it is this. Okay, so this belongs to Arpita. Now, do you want to sign or receive a copy? So that I want the client to just sign it. Then you can always select if you wish to just add the email or the phone number, the language, etc. So once done, let's click on more settings. Now here it is saying that it will take 15 days to complete. Now since this is just a test case, I'm going to change it to 1. Why? Because my objective is to check that if this document expires, do I receive a response? Yes or no. Now again it is valid until, so I'm going to select a date and it is, let's say, tomorrow. Then I'm going to let these details same, and now send a reminder every, let's say, 1 day. And once done, let's click on continue. So this is my document. Now I'm going to add a signature over here and let's click on send. So let's confirm the same. Now here we can see that the document has been sent for signature and it has been submitted. So now once this is done, it is going to take me an entire day to receive the response. Why? Because as per the workflow that I have created, it has been scheduled for at least 1 day. So by tomorrow, if this document is not signed, then what should happen? I should receive a response that the document has got expired. So now let's wait for the day. So here we are back to Pabbly Connect, and yes, we have received the response. If you can see, this is the status which is expired. This is the request name. Then this is the owner's name and owner's ID. Then we have the Gmail ID, owner's Gmail ID. Then this is the document name, document ID. As I go down, this is the recipient's name and the email address. And then what is the action type to sign? Action status is unopened. Then this is the action time and it is given in a timestamp format. As I come down, this is the operation type, which is request expired, and the notification activity says that the document has been expired. Once this is done, what is my objective? I should be able to send an email to the client telling him that the document has been expired. I wish to also add the time there, that this was sent on this particular date at this particular time. But the time that I have received here is in a different format. So now I'm going to add another action step, and this time I'm going to choose a feature by Pabbly which is date time formatter. Let's click on this. And the action event here would be to format date along with the time zone. Let's click on connect. Now once done, here we have to map the data. Mapping basically means that I already have this information in my previous step. So I've already received the date in a different format. I'm just going to retrieve it over here. So let's click on this. And now I'm going to go to time. This is the action time. Why do we map the data? Mapping is important. Why? Because every time I would receive a different data. If I write this manually, then it is not going to take the new data. So we have to map it so that the new data can be incorporated. So now once done, what is the from format? It is timestamp in millisecond. To format that I need here is this. And now the time zone. So it is from UTC to Kolkata, Asia Kolkata. You can change it according to your time zone. Now I'm going to click on save and send test request. So as soon as I've done that, here you can see that I have received my date and time in the desired format. Now I wish to send this information to my client's Gmail account. So now I'm going to add another action step, and this time the application is Gmail. Let's click on this. And now the action event here, so it would be to send email. Let's click on connect. Here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Gmail account. To set up this connection, let's click on add new connection, connect with Gmail. Once done, here we have to provide the account with which we want the connection to be set up. Let's click on this, and now we have to provide the authorization. For that, I'm going to click on continue, and here you can see that the authorization has been successful. Now we have to provide this information. Basically, we have to again map the data. So the recipient's email address. So I'm going to go to step 1, and here I'm going to look for the email address. So this is the recipient's email address. Now the sender's name. So basically the name of the owner. So I'm going to click on this, and here I'm going to look for owner's name. So this is the owner's name. Now the email subject. So the subject is document expired. Now this is going to be static, but subject is going to be same. Why? Because this workflow has been created if the document is expired, and then you can fill in this information. Now the email content. So I'm going to write dear, and now I'm going to look for the name of my recipient. So this is the recipient's name. Let's put a comma and then write the body. So here it is, the document named. Now here we have to map the name of the document. So I'm again going to click on this, click on step 1, and here I'm going to write name, and this is the name of my document. So the document named this, shared with you on. Now here we have to provide the date and time. So I'm again going to click here, go to step 2, and this is the date and time. With you on this particular date has been expired. Now the action status here is, so here you can map the action status. So let's go back to Zoho Sign. Here I'm going to write status, and this is expired. Okay. Regards, Team Pabbly. So this is your email content. Now if you wish to give a file name, you can always do that. So let's say it is, again I'm going to write name, and this is the file's name, and the attachment if you wish to add any. Let's click on save and send test request. So as soon as we have done that, here it is saying that it has already sent a mail to the email address. So now I'm going to take you to my email address, and here you can see that I have received an email. The subject is document expired. Dear Arpita, the document named this, shared with you on this particular date and time, has been expired. The action status is expired. Regards, Team Pabbly. So basically this means that this entire integration process is a success. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect to understand the entire process. So this is an extremely easy process. The trigger application is Zoho Sign. The event is document expired. The action here is a feature by Pabbly, which is date time formatter. This we have used to format the date which was there in the timestamp format, and the final action application was Gmail, and the event was to send a mail. I hope this is very much clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the description box. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any other advice or suggestion, you can always write.
In this video, we are going to see how to add signed documents details from Zoho Sign to Google Sheets. So let's say that you are using Zoho Sign to digitally sign your documents online, and every time there is a new document signed, so the entire information regarding the name of the document and the name of the recipient, etc., should become a part of your Google Sheet, which is here a spreadsheet, or you can use any other spreadsheet. Now how can that be done? For this you will have to integrate these two applications, and automatically every time a new document is signed, the information will become a part of this Google Sheet. Now you can use Pabbly Connect for the same. Here your trigger application would be Zoho Sign, and your action application would be Google Sheets. How can you do this yourself, integrate and automate this entire process? To understand that, let me take you to my screen.
In this video, I'm going to show you when we have hundreds of documents out for signature, it becomes really difficult to keep a track of the ones getting signed and who is signing what. So this integration that we are going to work on is going to help us to handle such situations. What is going to happen here? Every time a document is signed, automatically the information of the signed document would be added in a Google Sheet as a new Zoho. Now let's see, as soon as I click on finish, you can see that you have signed this document. We have received this message. Now I'm going to take you to my Google Sheet, and here you can see that the entire information of the document, the signed document, is here. The recipient's name, email address, document name, signing status and signing time. Now exactly to understand how we have done this, let's first go and type the URL pabbly.com/connect. As we do that, it has taken us to the landing page of our software. Now here on the right hand side, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. So if you are an existing user, simply sign in. If you are a new user, then you have to click on this tab, sign up. It will not take more than 2 minutes. Also, at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks. So since I already have an account here, I'm going to click on sign in. Once done, here I'm going to click on access now for Pabbly Connect. Now here we have reached the dashboard of this application. On the right hand side, you can see a tab create workflow. Let's click on this and a dialog box has appeared which is asking us to name this workflow. So here my objective is that every time a document is signed, so the entire information should become a part of the Google Sheet that I have created. So I'm going to name it as Zoho Sign Google Sheets Integration. And now let's click on create. As soon as we do that, here we have reached another window which has got two very important events. One is trigger, another one is action. Triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire integration works. Trigger is when this happens and action is do this. Basically action is the response of our trigger application. So now here my trigger application would be Zoho Sign. Let's click on this. And now the trigger event. This is the event that will make our workflow start. And here we are going to go for document signed. Basically, when a document has been signed or approved by one of the recipients, then only this workflow will start. So let's click on this. And now let's click on connect. Here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Zoho Sign account. For this, I'm going to click on add new connection and then connect with Zoho Sign. I have already logged into my Zoho Sign in account. I'm going to take you there to understand the domain. Now here you can see zoho.com. This is the domain. Going back to Pabbly Connect, here we are going to write the same and then let's click on save. So here Pabbly Connect is asking to authorize. So I'm going to click on accept. And now here you can see that the authorization has been successful. Once this is done, let's click on save and send test request. As soon as we do that, it is asking us to do a test submission so that the data can be recorded here in the response. So yeah, we are going to now go to Zoho Sign. And here I'm going to click on send for signatures. As soon as we do that, here we have to upload a document from computer. Let's click on this. And let's say that this is the new contract that I wish to be uploaded. I have selected this, clicked on open, and here you can see that it is getting uploaded. So once done, let's come down and here we have to add the recipient. So first of all, I'm saying add me. So this is the email address, the name. Now here you have got different options. So do you want the person to sign or receive a copy, in-person signer, approval, etc. So I want to sign. Then we have email address, email plus SMS, so let it be email. Here again we have got different language options. Now this particular thing is a private note. So do you want to share a private note with the person who is doing this? For example, here I can write, hi Ashi, please connect as you sign this document. So you can write personal messages like this. I've clicked on save. Then here we have recipient's authentication. So you can also do this through email OTP, SMS OTP, etc. So I'm going to just close this, and here you have plus sign which is going to help you to add more recipients. Now once this is done, let's click on continue. And this is the contract. So this is a new joining contract, and here what I'm going to do is I have to select the fields. So let's say this is the signature field. So I want one field over here and another field I need here. Once this is done, let's click on send. So here again it is asking me to verify the number of fields added for each recipient and confirm. So this is absolutely right. We have added 2 fields. Let's click on save and sign. So here you can see that the document has been submitted. Now we have to sign this document. I'm going to click on this box. I confirm that I have read and understood the electronic record and signature disclosure and consent to use electronic records and signatures. Let's click on agree and continue. Here we have to provide the signature. So this is my signature. Once done, let's click on finish. So here we can see that you have signed this document. We have received this message. Going back to Pabbly Connect, here we can see that we have received the API response. So we have received the request name, which is a new contract. These are the customers or the owner's details, the email address, this is the modified time. As I come down, again here we have the recipient's name and email address. And then this is the action time. When was the document signed? So this is the action time. And then we have the activity which was document signed successfully. Once this is done, now I wish that this information should become a part of my Google Sheet. So I'm going to click on this, select the application Google Sheets. Let's click on this. Once done, the action event. Here the action event would be to add new row. Let's click on connect. Again, Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Google Sheets account. Let's click on add new connection and connect with Google Sheets. Here we have to choose an account. So I have chosen the account. Once done, let's proceed by clicking on continue. And here we can see that the authorization is successful. So once this is done, see it has automatically selected the spreadsheet Zoho Sign details. There was only one particular sheet there which is details, so it has also captured the same. Now we have to map this data. Mapping basically means that I already have received this information in my previous step. I'm just going to retrieve it over here. So let's click on this. Click on step 1 and here I'm looking for name of the recipient which is here Ashi Rai. Let's click on this. Then we have the email address. Again, let's click on this, go to step 1 and this is my recipient's email address. Document name. So let's click on this, go here and again I'm going to type name and this is the document name, new contract. Then we have the signing status. So here if I type status, so this is the action status which is signed and then the signing time. Now I have received the time in a different format. So first I'll have to change the format of the time. For this I'm going to go up, add another action step, which is a feature by Pabbly known as date time formatter. So for this I'm going to click on action event format date with time zone. Let's click on this, click on connect. Once done, I have to map the date. So I'm going to go to step 1 and if I take you down here, this is the request action time. Let's click on this. And then the from format. This format is known as timestamp and millisecond. And then the to format here would be date, month and year. Then from time zone. So let's say that I want it from UTC to UTC itself. You can always change it as per your preference. And let's click on save and send test request. So here you can see that we have received the information. Now I'm going to again quickly go down. First click on save. So now I'm going to again go to step 3 and here I'm going to map the information. So see the recipient's name is here, email address, document name, signing status and now the signing time. For this I'm going to go to step 2 and this is my signing time. Let's click on save and send test request. And here you can see that we have received the API response. Now to understand if we have received the response, I'm going to take you to the Google Sheet that we have created. And yes, here you can see that the name, email address, document name, signing status and signing time is well mentioned over here. We also have to check this in real time. So I'm going to take you back to Zoho Sign and go to Zoho Sign Home. So once we are here, I'm going to click on send for signatures, upload from computer. And this time, let's say it is work report 2. Let's click on open. As soon as we do that, here we have to add the recipients. Let's say that I wish to add myself. Once done, we are going to go down, click on continue. And here we have the document right in front of us. So I'm going to go down and here I'm going to add the signature. So I'm going to take this, drag it and drop over here. Then click on send. As soon as I do that, let's click on save and sign. And here we can see that the document has been submitted and signed. So once this is done, let's click on this and then agree and continue. And here this is my sign and now I'm going to click on finish. So as soon as I've done that, what should happen? This information of my signed document should become a part of my Google Sheet. So now I'm going to take you to my Google Sheet. Here we can see that yes, we have received the information, all the information regarding the signed document. So we have the recipient's name, email address. Here we have the document name, the signing status and signing time. This basically means that our entire integration process is a success. So now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect and quickly understand the entire process. Here, our trigger application was Zoho Sign, where the trigger event was document signed. The action application here was Google Sheets, where we had chosen the event as add new row. We had also added one feature by Pabbly, which is date time formatter. Here we had formatted the date along with the time zone. I hope this is very much clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow. The workflow that we have worked on is there in the video description. Also, you can clone the same and start to process immediately.
In this video, we are going to see how to send Twilio SMS messages for recalled Zoho Sign documents. So let's say that you are using Zoho Sign as an online signing service and you have got certain documents that you had shared with your client, but for some reason you have recalled them. Maybe some mistake or something. Now you want an SMS to be sent to your client talking about the same, that this particular document has been recalled, will be shared with you shortly. Now how can you do that? For this, you will have to integrate the two applications, and the same can be done using Pabbly Connect software. So here your trigger application would be Zoho Sign and your action application would be Twilio. How can you do this yourself? Integrate and automate this entire process. To understand that, let me take you to my screen.
To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and as we do that, it will take us to the landing page of this software. Now here on the right hand side, we can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you already have an account with us, simply sign in. If you are a new user, sign up by clicking on this tab. It won't take more than 2 minutes, and also at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks. Now since I already have an account, I'm simply going to click on sign in. And it has taken me to the all applications page. Let's click on access now for Pabbly Connect. And here we have reached the dashboard of the application. On the right hand side, you can see a tab create workflow. Let's click on this and a dialog box has appeared which is asking us to name this workflow. Now here my objective is that every time there is a Zoho Sign document which has been recalled, so that information should be sent to the client or the customer through Twilio, basically through an SMS. So I'm going to name it as send Twilio SMS messages for recalled Zoho Sign documents. Let's click on create. And now here we have reached another window which has got two very important events. One is trigger, another one is action. Triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens, action is do this. So whenever you have to recall a document which was sent erroneously, that had errors. Okay. So whenever you have to recall a document which had errors and that was to be, so whenever you have to recall a document which was sent and it had errors, so what you have to do is the moment you ask for this recall thing, automatically the message should be sent. So here my trigger application would be Zoho Sign. Let's click on this. And now what would be my trigger event? This is the event that will make my workflow start. So here what should happen? So whenever a document is recalled, which means this will trigger when a document has been sent for signatures or approval are recalled by the sender. So let's click on this and click on connect. Now here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Zoho Sign account. So I'm going to click on add new connection and then connect with Zoho Sign. Now here we have to enter the domain name to set up this connection. So let me take you to my Zoho Sign account. I have already logged in there. So here you can see this is my domain which is zoho.com. So I'm going to go back to Pabbly Connect and write zoho.com and let's click on save. So here let's click on accept. And here we can see that the authorization has been successful, which means that this has been connected. So now I'm going to click on save and send test request. Here you can see that it is asking me to do a test submission in the application so that it can capture the response here. So now I'm going to take you to Zoho Sign. So here we are going to go to documents. Let's go to all. Now here you can see there are these two documents in progress. So I'm going to go to new contract final and here we'll go to actions. Before I go to actions, let me show you the document. So this is new contract final and here this is the name of the user, Pabbly user 1. Then this is the email address and the mobile number. Now I'm going to go back and once I'm here, we are going to click on these three dots and here we are going to recall. So it is asking me for the reason to recall this document and I'm going to write the date mentioned in the contract is incorrect. And now I'm going to click on recall. So here we can see that the document has been recalled. Now if I take you back to Pabbly Connect, here you can see that we have received the API response. So this is the request status, then the name, and here we have the name of the person, the email address, and this is the mobile number, and we have got the entire information. Again, here you can also see that the reason is mentioned over here. So now our next objective is that we should be able to send an SMS to this person telling him that this particular document has been recalled. So now I'm going to add another action step over here, and the application will be Twilio. So let's click on this. And now the action event here would be to send SMS message. Let's click on connect. Again, Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Twilio account. So I'm going to click on add new connection, and to set up this connection we need the account SID and the authorization token. So you can very well find this. For this you will have to go to Twilio. Once you have logged in, here this is the dashboard, and if you will scroll down you will get the entire information. So this is account SID. I'm going to copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect, paste it over here. Then again I'm going to paste it over here. Then the authorization token. So I'm going to go here, and this is the authorization token. Let's copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. To set up the connection we are going to click on save. So once done, here we have to write the body of the SMS. So I'm going to write dear, and then I have to map the name. Mapping, again, as I have told you that I already have this information in my previous step. So I have the information, the name of my user over here. I'm just going to retrieve it here. For this I'm going to click on the first step, and here I'm going to look for name. So this is the name, and then is to inform you that the document name, now I'm going to map the name of the document over here. For this I'm going to go to step 1, and as I write name, so this is the request name, new contract final. This is the document name, new contract. So I'm going to go for this, and then shared with you at. So here I have to map the email address. So again I'm going to go here, and this is the email address. So has been recalled for the following reason. Now what is the reason? So we are going to map the reason over here. So again I'm going to write the reason. So this is the reason. The updated document will be shared with you shortly. So regards team Pabbly. That's it. This was my message. Now the sender number. For this number, again we are going to go to Twilio. This is my sender's number. Let's copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. Now here we have to write the recipient's number. So here I'm going to click on this, go to step 1, and we have to look for the mobile number. So this is it. Let's click on this. Here it is written that we have to write the recipient's mobile number with the country code and plus sign. So I'm going to put it over here, plus sign 91. And now I'm going to click on save and send test request. And here you can see that we have received the response, and this is the body of my SMS. And now I have received the same SMS on my phone, and here is the screenshot of the same, which basically means that this integration process is a success. But now we also need to check it in real time. So I'm going to go back to Zoho Sign In, and here I have this work report final. So I'm going to go here, go to actions, let's click on this, click on recall. Here we have to enter a reason. So let's say this time the amount mentioned is not correct. Okay, and now I'm going to click on recall. So what should happen as soon as this has been recalled? Here you can see there's a screenshot of the SMS that I have just received. This says that this is to inform you that the document named work report final shared with you at this particular email address has been recalled for the following reason. Then there is a reason. The updated document will be shared with you shortly. Regards team Pabbly, which basically means that our entire integration process is a success. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect to exactly understand what we have done. So this is an extremely easy two-step integration process where our trigger application was Zoho Sign and the event was document recalled. Then our action application was Twilio. The action event was send SMS message. I hope you are very much clear with this. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the description box. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any other suggestion or advice for us, you can always write to us.
In this video, we are going to understand how to send Slack notification for signed DocuSign document. So every time a document is signed with the help of DocuSign, which is an e-signature platform, then automatically a message should be sent to the team sitting on Slack. Now, how can that be done? For this, we will be integrating these two applications, and we can do the same using Pabbly Connect. Here, our trigger application will be DocuSign and our action application will be Slack. Now, how can you do this yourself? Integrate and automate this entire process. To understand that, let me take you to my screen.
To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect. Here we have reached the landing page. On the right hand side, we have the options to sign in and sign up. So if you are an existing user, simply click on sign in. If you are a new user, click on the tab sign up. It is not going to take more than 2 minutes. So now, since I'm an existing user, I'm going to click on sign in. And as I do that, here we have reached all apps page, and these are the various products of Pabbly. Let's click on access now for Pabbly Connect, as we are doing this integration using Pabbly Connect software. Now here we have reached the dashboard. On the right hand side, there's a tab create workflow. Let's click on this. And a dialog box has appeared here, which is asking us to name this workflow. Now here you can give any random name like demo, new, test, etc. What is my objective here? That every time there's a document which is signed with the help of DocuSign application, then automatically a notification must be sent on Slack where my team is sitting. So I'm going to name it as send Slack notification for signed DocuSign documents. Let's click on create. Now as we do that, here you can see we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One here is trigger, another one is action. Now triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger this, when this happens, action says do this. Basically, action here is the response of your trigger application. Now as per this integration, my trigger application here will be DocuSign. Let's click on this. And the trigger event here will be configure webhooks. Now here you can see we have received a webhook URL which is going to act as a bridge for connecting Pabbly Connect and DocuSign. So I'm going to first copy this. Once done, we have to follow the following steps. So let me take you to my DocuSign account first. Now here we have to go to settings. Now within settings, we have to go to integrations, which is there on the left hand side. And here we have connect. Let's click on this. Now here we have to click on add configuration. So let's click on custom. So once done, now here we have to add the details. So first of all, the status is active connection. Now let's say the name is test connection. Okay, here we have to paste the URL. So I'm going to copy this once again and paste this over here. Once done, let's come down, and here we have to go to envelope and recipient settings. So let's click on this, and here I'm going to click on envelope signed or completed. So this is going to be my event. Now include data. So here I'm going to click on documents and attachments. Okay, so once this is done, then we have template, DocuSign, clicks, SMS delivery. So this can be selected as per your event. Now once this is all done, I'm going to click on add configuration. And here we can see you successfully added the configuration test connection. So here it is. Now once this is all set, let's go back to Pabbly Connect. Here it is saying that now do a test submission so that the data can be recorded here in the webhook response. Now for this, let's go back to DocuSign, and here we have to go to manage. Now you can see the start now tab. Let's click on this. So it is creating an envelope. Now here we have to add the documents to be signed. So I'm going to click on upload, go to desktop, and this is the document that I wish to get signed. So this is Pabbly email marketing.pdf. So this is the document. Let me show you the document. Now here we have to add the name. So I'm going to write test user, and the email address here is testuser@pabblytudes.com. Okay, so once this is done, now here we have to add a message. So if you want to add a message, you can always do that. I'm just going to leave this blank. Let's click on next. So here it is detecting the fields. So this here is a document, and these are the fields that you can add here. I'm going to take this signature field and just keep this here. Okay, so once this is done, let's click on send. So here we can see that the document has been sent. Now I'm going to take you to the email address of the person, and here you can see we have received the document. So here we can see that this user has sent us a document to review and sign. So I'm going to click on review document. So as I do that, here I have to review the document. Let's click on continue. So this here is the document, and here I'm supposed to sign. So let's click on this. Now here we have to confirm our initials and signature. So this here is the name, this here is the initial. Now here is the preview of the sign. Now if you wish to draw your own sign, you can do the same, or if you already have your sign in the PDF format, you can even upload the same. So I'm going to go ahead with this and adopt and sign. So here you can see that it has been signed. Let's click on finish. Now here it is saying save a copy of your document. So if you wish, you can always do that. I'm just going to click on no thanks. So you have finished signing. Once I have finished signing, now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect. So let's click on this, and here we can see we have received the response. So this here is the URI. Now here you can see the event is envelope completed. Then again, as I take you down, this here is the change date time. Here we have the summary status, which is complete. Now this here is the sender's username. This here is the sent date and time. Then again here, this here is the sender's email. Then again, as I take you down, this here is the envelope's document's name. What is the email subject? Complete with DocuSign. Again, as I take you down, here we have the completed date and time, which means that we have received all the information about the name of the document, when was it completed, if it is signed or no. And now I want to send a notification to my team sitting on Slack about this document getting signed. So here I'm going to first use a feature by Pabbly, which is date time formatter. Why? Because the date and time that I have received is in a very different format. So I want it in a very general format. So I'm going to click on format date with time zone. Let's click on connect. And here we have to map the date that is to be formatted. How can we do that? As we click on this, here you can see the previous response. And now here we have to look for completed date and time. This here is the completed date and time. Now what is the from format? It is in the TZ format. Here it is. Now which format do I want it in? I want it in this format, where we have the date as well as the time. Let's click on this. Now the time zone, so here it is in right now UTC time zone, and I want it in Kolkata time zone. Okay, let's click on save and send test request. And as we do that, here we have received the response. This here is the result, date and time. Now I have to send the notification to my team sitting on Slack. So my final action application here will be Slack. Let's click on this. And the action event here would be to send channel message. Let's click on connect. So here Pabbly Connect wants to connect itself with a Slack account. I'm going to select add new connection, connect with Slack. Here we have to enter the token type to set up this connection. Now whenever I'm sending a message to my team, it can be a video message or a URL or some link. In such a case, we always go for user. Let's click on save. As we do that, here Pabbly Connect is requesting permission to access the Pabbly Slack workspace. I'm going to click on allow, as this is absolutely secure. And here we can see that the authorization has been successful, which means that Slack and Pabbly Connect are now connected. Now here we have to fill in this information. So we have to enter the channel and message. These are the required fields. To understand the channel, let me take you to my Slack account first. So here we have got different workspaces. I have added Pabbly workspace. Within Pabbly, we have got these channels. I have created a new channel. The name is DocuSign Slack. You can create your own channel by clicking on this Add Channels tab. Okay, now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect, and here I'm going to look for DocuSign Slack channel. Here it is. Now what is the message that I wish to send to my team? Team, the below mentioned DocuSign document has been signed and completed. Now here we are going to add the details and we are going to map the information. So again, what is mapping? Basically that I already have this information in the previous step and I'm just going to retrieve it here. Like I have this previous step. As I go here, so first of all, what do I want? I want the document's name. So I'm going to write, and here I'm going to take you down, and we had the name of the document. This here is the name. Okay, then I want the signed completed date and time. For this, I'm going to go to step 2 and this here is the date and time. Now I want sender's name and email address. So let's click on this once again. And here is the name. Then we need the email address of the person. So let's look for this. Here it is. Okay. So once I have received this, I'm just going to write regards. So this is the information that I wish to share with my team on Slack. So now here you have the image URL and image alt text. So if you have any URL for any image, you can paste it here. Alt text will come here, bot name, bot icon, and rest of the information. Now these are not required fields, so I'm just going to leave them blank. Let's click on save and send test request. And as we do that, here we have received the response, according to which now a message must be received by my team on Slack. Let's go and check the same. And yes, here is the message, which means that our integration till now is a complete success. Now I'm going to take you back to DocuSign. And here I'm going to get another document signed. Now here I'm going to go back to manage, start now. Let's click on upload, go to desktop, and here this is the quotation that I want to get signed. Okay, now here let's add the recipients. Okay, so now I'm going to click on next. So here we can see that it is detecting the fields, no signature or date signed fields detected. Okay, so once this is done, here I'm going to add sign. Okay, and let's click on send. So here we can see that your document is on its way. It has already been sent. Let's go to the email address of the person. So let's open this document and review the document. Okay, so here I'm going to see this. Now let's click on sign. So this here is the sign. Let's click on adopt and sign. Okay, so here I'm going to click on finish. And as I do that, here you can see that the document has been signed. And now what should happen? Automatically a message should be received on Slack. Let's go and check our Slack message. And here you can see another message has been received. So this basically means that our integration is a complete success. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect to understand what we have done. So here our trigger application is DocuSign, where the event is configure webhooks. Then our action application was a feature by Pabbly, which was datetime formatter. This was to format the date and time. And our final action application was Slack, where we had to send a channel message. I hope this is absolutely clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any specific integration to work on, you can always write to us.
Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website, which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.
Hello everyone, in this video we are going to learn how to progress a deal in HubSpot when document is signed in DocSign, which means that whenever we send a document to a person, a client or a customer, and that person completes the work, which means signs the document, a deal will be updated in HubSpot. So we are going to create an automation for this process by integrating these two applications in such a way that here our trigger will be the document signed in DocSign and our action will be to update a deal in HubSpot. And we are going to do this with the help of Pabbly Connect. Let us learn how to do that.
So let us learn that how you can update a deal in your HubSpot that has already been created over here whenever a document in DocSign is signed. So let us quickly sign in into our automation software so that we will reach this place where I can see all the applications provided by Pabbly. And we are going to use Pabbly Connect to create this automation. Click on Access Now, which will take me to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Reaching here, you can see a big blue button on your right side where it's written Create Workflow. Click on the button and give a suitable name to your workflow. I'm going to name it as Progress a Deal in HubSpot when document is signed in DocSign. Click on Create and then a blank workflow will be created for you like you can see on your screen. Here you will see the two major modules of Pabbly Connect on which the whole workflow will be working. Before that, I would like to remind you to open your HubSpot account and also your DocSign account in separate tabs so that you can connect them with Pabbly Connect nicely and easily, and also you can cross-check your activities whichever you're going to perform. So let us understand the functioning of trigger and action. Trigger says when this happens and action says do this, which means that trigger is going to be the first application where the event will take place manually, which means that we are going to create or make that event happen. Like signing of the document will be the trigger, and the action application where the action will be performed automatically because of the trigger which is caused by this first application. So let us choose our trigger application as DocuSign. And here the event will be configure webhooks. Now if you read it carefully, it says triggers on various events like envelope sent or completed, which means that configuring webhook will make sure that any activity taking place in DocSign will be recorded and sent over here as a response. So while setting up this workflow, we need to make sure that when you connect or integrate this webhook URL with Pabbly Connect, then you need to make the changes of this envelope recipient fields where we will make sure that only the signed document details will be sent over here. So let us follow these instructions in order to learn this webhook URL integration. Go back to your DocSign and come over here. I have already uploaded this one. I'm going to discard it because we are going to begin from the scratch. Now go to settings in your DocSign account, and here from the left panel you will find integrations. Click on connect under integrations and then add configuration. Click on custom, and here you will find a form that you need to fill. The status of the connection is active. The name you can give at HubSpot Deals Update. You can customize the name by yourselves. Then the URL to publish. So I'm going to put this webhook URL, copy it from here and paste it in the URL to publish. Now once this is done, you can add the configuration from here, but we need to make some changes. Like when you scroll down, you will find envelope and recipient. Open this, and the envelope signed or completed is the condition where you want it to be working. Close this template, or you can also scroll down and include data. So what all data you want over here in the response, that you also need to set over here. You want the document settings, you want the attachments, and also the folders and recipient. These can be customized and you can change it according to your own need. So when you have made these changes, close these drop down menus and click on add configuration. The configuration has been added. See, HubSpot Deals Update, and over here is the ID, and the status of this integration is active right now. So now we will see that it's waiting for a webhook response. So what needs to be done? Now you will go to your application and then do a test submission or record of the trigger. So let us come back to our home page. Upload a document over here and then send the document to your customer or your client, from where on the other email address there the person will sign the document, and that will make sure that you receive a response over here. So start now, create an envelope, add a document from your files or from wherever you want. I'm going to put this offer letter. Now this offer letter is uploaded. I will add recipient over here. So like this is my person. This is the email address of the person, and this is the name of the person who needs to sign this document. Now a mail will be sent to this email address of the person along with this document, and that person will sign the document, and that is our trigger event. Now once all of this is done, click on next over here, and here you have to select signature from here and mark where you want the signature. Like I will mark it over here that I want the signature at this specific place. Now once this is done, click on send, and the envelope will be sent. See, you have sent your first envelope. Now this was my new account, and this was my first envelope that I just sent. So once it is sent, it's still waiting for the response because we made the settings of this webhook integration that the envelope will be signed and completed, only then we will receive a response. So I also have the email address of that specific person where we sent the document to. So let us open the account and see. Here you have complete with DocSign offer letter. So you have received this over here, and now we will open this. And now I will have to click on continue and sign over here. So here I will click, and what is my sign? Whichever sign I want to choose, I will choose that one, adopt and sign. Now this is signed over here. Now this is already signed. If you want to change, you can make the changes like this. And ready to finish, I will click on finish, and it is completed. The document that was sent to me is signed, which is completed. Our trigger event is done. Coming back to Pabbly Connect, let us wait for the webhook response you will be receiving in the next 2 to 3 minutes. And here we have received the response. You see, the event is envelope completed. The summary status is also completed. You will get the details of the person over here, the email address of the person, and also the signing status that is completed. So this is a proof that our work has been done perfectly, and also this complete response is also a proof that our work has been done properly. Now all of this is done, and you will also receive the document name over here. Now there is this one chance that you need to pay attention to. First of all, find the name of the document that you have shared with that client or customer. See, this is the name of the document, offerletter.pdf. Now what happens if all the documents that I have sent to multiple or different people are signed? I don't want the response or automation for them that the deal has been updated or not. So I'm going to put a filter over here for the name of my document that only and only the deal has to be updated in your HubSpot in the given case that offerletter.pdf document is signed. Okay, now this filter over here is a choice for you. I'm going to put this filter for my document offerletter.pdf because I only want the responses for this specific document. If there is any other document with any other different name that gets signed, I don't want the response to be received over here because maybe I don't want to update the deal for that given situation. So I'm going to create this automation only for these kind of documents. So I will put the filter over here as the name is summary envelope documents name. So here I will select the same. This is the one, should be equal to this name only. Copy it and paste it over here. Okay, so this is the filter that I have set. Click on save and send test request and see the response will say it's a success, which means that the condition I have provided is satisfied in this given situation that we are going to create the workflow for right now. Okay, so only if a document gets signed and this trigger receives a response over here, this filter will make sure that only offer letter documents are proceeded in this workflow. If the document name is not offer letter, then this won't proceed. So let us close this window and now let us search for our HubSpot deal. Now, since we have sent a document for signing to our client or customer, we might already have a deal created in your HubSpot. So like this is my HubSpot account and user demo is the name of my deal. That is the same name that I have used for the person whom I sent the document to for signing. So I have created this deal and the stage of our deal is contract sent over here. Okay, so first of all, we are going to search this deal. So I chose my action application as HubSpot CRM. The event will be first of all to search for a deal because first we will get the information of the deal and then we will update that specific deal. Click on connect, add new connection and connect with HubSpot CRM. Now choose your account because you have already opened your account. You just have to choose what account you're using and click on choose account. And it is automatically connected now. And now you have to enter details like what is the matching property you want. So the matching property in my case is deal name. My deal name is the one that I will be relating to, should be equal to what the search value will be user demo. So I'm going to put it in the search and map data and this is the name. So the matching value is, the matching property is deal name. So the deal name should be equal to user demo. Okay, this operator makes that sure. What is the output property I want? So I also want the deal name. Then I want the deal stage. Then I also want the amount. Okay, so these are the three output properties that when the deal is found in your HubSpot account, I want the name, amount and deal stage in the responses. Click on save and send test request and see. We have received a response over here. This is the deal ID which is required because we are going to update the deal with no name but the same ID that we have received over here. Now the name of the deal. Okay, and the stage is contract sent. Now you see the format of the stage written over here. It's written in all small and with no space in between. Contract sent. And the next stage is going to be what? Closed won or closed lost, whichever way your situation is. Because it is signed, so it will be closed won. Okay, so we are going to put that when we update the deal. So we have received the information over here. The properties, amount, everything that we requested for is given to us. Now click on this plus button and let us add the last and the most important step of our workflow, that is going to be for updating the HubSpot deal. So choose in the search bar, update deal, Click on connect. You need not go to add new connection because you just used that same HubSpot account in this workflow. Select existing connection and click on save. Once this is done, you need to map the deal ID over here. So activate this map button and erase this whatever ID is here, and then select your HubSpot CRM and map this result ID, that is your deal ID. So this is the ID of the deal that you're working upon, this user demo one. Now what is the currency? No need to enter all these details. What is the most important part of our workflow is the updating of our deal stage. So here we are going to write closed one. See, all small and no gap in between, no space in between. Now all of this is done. Amount and all, if you want to map, you can map. It is not going to change. Deal name also you can put over here. It is not necessary because only that will change that we will enter over here. Otherwise nothing else will change. Now all of this is done. Click on save and send test request and your deal will be updated. So we have received the response over here with the deal ID, the property amount, and also the stage over here says closed one. Okay, make sure you remember how we are going to write the stage of the deal over here. And this says that yes, our work is done. So let us close this window now, the last step of our workflow, and let us go to our HubSpot to check were we able to update the deal from here or not. And here we are. Let us refresh it and see. The stage now says closed one, which means that we were able to update our HubSpot deal once a document is signed over here to the person whosoever it is sent to. The filter step over here is optional. If you want to put a filter for the document name, then you can. It was my choice that I can do it. Even if you don't put this step, this workflow will still run perfectly fine. So this was the whole workflow. I hope this helped.
Not just these applications, but you can integrate many other applications using Pabbly Connect. If you have any issue regarding Pabbly, you can email us at support@pabbly.com. You can ask your queries at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any doubts regarding our pricing, then you can connect us through this given website. If you found this video helpful in any way, then make sure to share this with your friends and colleagues to make their life easier by creating automations. We will meet in the next video. Till then, do not forget to like our video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.